Today on the Who Am I series, we're going to be covering the cases of 5 Jane and John Does in Oregon. The first case we're going to be discussing is that of the Clackamas County John Doe. The Clackamas County John Doe was found on March 24, 2005 in Estacada, Oregon. The partial remains were unrecognizable. The time of death is estimated to be sometime between 2001 and 2005. Investigators were unable to determine the cause of death. However, foul play may be a factor. Investigators believe the remains may have been buried prior to their discovery, and this is why they weren't discovered when the area was clear-cut in 2003. The Clackamas County John Doe was a male of an unknown race who's estimated to have been between 20 to 40 years old, although it's possible he was in his late teens to 30s. He's estimated to have stood between 6 foot and 6 foot 5 inches tall and to have weighed about 200 pounds. Investigators were unable to determine his eye or hair color. There were signs of osteophytic lipping present on several of his metacarpals, which are the bones in your palm. Osteophytes often form where bones meet each other, or joints. The main cause is joint damage associated with certain types of arthritis. Unless they rub against other bone or tissue or squeeze nearby nerves, osteophytes typically cause no pain or stiffness. Osteophytic lipping may be a sign that John Doe was a manual laborer. Also, his endocranial sutures were not fused, but this cements investigators' age estimation instead of narrowing it down. There was significant wear of his dentition. Dental records and DNA are available. Fingerprints are unavailable because John Doe's hands were not recovered. The Clackamas County John Doe was found wearing 5-pocket style button and zip denim jeans, a dark blue coat with ribbing at the waist and a faux fur trimmed lapel collar, and a leather belt with a unique etched design. 2 necklaces were also found in one of his pockets, one with a cross and one with a clear stone. A property owner in Estacada, Clackamas County, Oregon, spraying pesticide on a section of his Christmas tree farm when he came upon remnants of clothing and subsequently human skeletal remains. The site is located near Clear Creek, which is a popular destination for hiking and camping. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. The next case we're going to be covering is that of the Multnomah County Jane Doe. The Multnomah County Jane Doe was found on September 7, 1993 in Portland, Oregon. She had drowned 2 days prior to discovery, so her face was recognizable. While her cause of death is known, it's unknown whether it was an accidental drowning or foul play was involved. The Multnomah County Jane Doe was a white female who's estimated to have been between 30 to 40 years old. She stood about 5 foot 4 inches tall and weighed about 140 pounds. She had brown eyes and brown hair, which was 12 inches in length. She had a C-shaped scar on the back of her left hand, multiple healed fractures of her right ribs, and a cesarean section scar on her lower abdomen. Also, she had recently lost a large amount of weight. Her backmost right premolar on her lower jaw was rotated. Dental records and fingerprints are available. Unfortunately, her DNA was not collected prior to her cremation in 1996. Jane Doe was found wearing an aqua blue unlabeled sweatshirt, a tan JCPenney bra with flowers embroidered on the cuffs, size 12 maroon Cherokee jeans, and black pro-wings shoes with black laces. She was also found wearing several pieces of jewelry, including a Seiko watch worn on her left wrist, a Roadrunner symbol in black on a silver-like ellipse attached to a ring consisting of silver-like bands around her left ring finger, and a brown elastic band with gold-colored glitter worn around her right wrist. The remains were found by workers at a nearby aluminum transfer station. She was lying face down on the rocky east bank of the Willamette River near Swan Island, south of the Burlington Northern Railroad Bridge in Portland, Multnomah County, Oregon. Based on Google Maps, the crime scene is near the University of Portland. No information or leads ever developed, despite several newspaper articles being written about the discovery. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. The next case is that of the Linn County John Doe. The Linn County John Doe was found on October 23, 2006 in Linn County, Oregon. The remains were skeletonized. The time of death is estimated to be sometime between 2004 and 2006. The manner of death is homicide, although the cause of death is unknown. It's unclear how authorities determined that his death was the result of foul play. The Linn County John Doe was a white male who's estimated to have been between 25 to 45 years old. He's estimated to have stood between 5'7" and 6'1" tall and had a robust build. Investigators were unable to determine his weight, eye, or hair color. He had 6 instead of the typical 5 lumbar vertebrae and suffered from spondylolysis in his last lumbar vertebra. This condition is typically found in people younger than 26 years of age who have participated in activities that place a lot of stress on the lower back or cause a constant overstretching of the spine, such as gymnastics, weightlifting, or football. Spondylolysis causes low back pain and, in serious cases, reduced mobility and inactivity. Forensic testing indicated that he may have been from Texas, Florida, Louisiana, or Oklahoma. In the last 2 months of his life, he had traveled through a variety of warm and cold climates, indicating a transient lifestyle, or that he was on the run. He had poor dental health, with minimal to no dental work done. Dental records and DNA are available. John Doe was found wearing a gray side-out t-shirt with its logo still present, black dungarees, denim pants, blue nylon athletic pants with black trim, and white leather K-Air shoes in size 11 or 12. Hunters discovered the remains in a shallow grave in a wooded area near milepost 79 on Highway 22, north of the Santiam junction of Highway 22 and Highway 20. The site is south of Big Spring Snow Park, which is a destination for hiking and winter sports. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. The next case we're going to be discussing is that of the Polk County Jane Doe. The Polk County Jane Doe was found on September 1st, 1996 in Salem, Oregon. The remains were almost completely skeletonized. The time since death is estimated to be between 1 and 8 years, although she was most likely murdered less than a year prior to discovery. The manner of death is homicide, although the cause of death could not be determined. The body was originally wrapped in a blue tarp tied with a light-colored rope and covered with sticks. At the time of discovery, the bones had been widely scattered by coyotes. However, investigators were able to recover the overwhelming majority of the skeleton. Strands of medium length, black and gray hair were found along a path from the nearby logging road, which indicates that her attacker dragged her about 75 yards. The remains revealed no signs of gunshot wounds or other trauma. The Polk County Jane Doe was a white female with possible black admixture. Investigators believe this due to the fact that she had a wide-set nose. She's estimated to have been between 45 to 70 years old and to have stood between 5 foot and 5 foot 6 inches tall with a slight build. Investigators were unable to determine her weight or eye color, but stated that her hair was black but graying and of medium length. She had a crescent-shaped healed scar on her forehead, indicating that she had a bifrontal craniotomy, which is a surgery to remove tumors towards the front of the brain. This surgery wouldn't have left a scar on her skin, but the crescent shape may have been seen through the skin as an indentation or depression. Her surgery was possibly performed in the 1960s. Also, she was beginning to suffer from arthritis in her lower spine. She most likely had a complete set of upper dentures due to the characteristics of her palate. Dental records and DNA are available. No clothing or personal effects were found at the crime scene. 3 hunters found the skeletal remains off of Mill Creek Road, which is a logging road about 22 miles west of Salem, Polk County, Oregon. At this point in time, the Polk County Jane Doe hasn't matched any missing persons in the country. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. The final case we're going to be discussing is that of the Marion County John Doe. The Marion County John Doe was found on July 18, 1980 in Salem, Oregon. The time since death is only 2 to 4 hours prior to discovery, and thus his face was recognizable. The cause of death was homicide by ligature strangulation. The Marion County John Doe was a white male who's estimated to have been between 35 to 45 years old, to have stood at 5 foot 6 inches tall, and to have weighed 160 pounds. He had blue eyes and brown hair, but was balding. He also wore a mustache, which was brown as well. Dental records, fingerprints, and DNA are available. John Doe was found wearing a red t-shirt, Wrangler blue denim jeans, briefs, socks, and brown leather moccasin toe boots. Notably, his boot laces and belt were both missing. His blood contained alcohol and Valium, which is a prescription anti-anxiety medication that can impair memory, judgment, and coordination when not used under a doctor's supervision. He was located on the gravel shoulder of the northbound lane of Interstate 5, 1 mile south of Woodburn, Oregon, near Salem, Marion County, Oregon. The Marion County John Doe is believed to be a victim of serial killer Randy Kraft, who was found guilty of 16 counts of murder in 1989. He's currently on death row in California's San Quentin State Prison. One of Kraft's nicknames is the Scorecard Killer. He became known as this because investigators discovered a coded list containing cryptic references to his victims. One such entry, titled Portland Elk, closely matches the circumstances of John Doe's death. In addition, the majority of Kraft's victims were disposed of alongside or near a freeway, as John Doe was. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. If you have any information that can help authorities identify any of the Jane or John Does discussed in this video, I urge you to come forward to help their families reclaim them and put them to rest. Thank you for watching.